Crew playing the Sage composition that absolutely shut Giant X out against a Clem playing solo duelist Neon. How do you think that one's gonna go?
I think it's really interesting. You know, although we haven't seen Tejo win a map here so far, and obviously they are going to play it on the side of Nova as well, the ability to flush players out of so many of these tight little corners, like playing Vents, is going to be very difficult for Crew on defensive side. It gives Nova an opportunity to set Clem up for a lot of fights, and I like that. I think that's exactly what we need to see from Barrier Up.
Is there any learnings you're looking at from that that game where they stomped GX if you're Nova trying to prep for your opponent on split?
It's kind of difficult when it's that much of a battering. It's like they won't have even seen much of the attack side coming out at all. I guess a lot of it, again, comes down to can you shut down the Dodds raise, which...
Yeah.
The answer in most cases is no, but
that's a hard pass.
We'll have to see. You'll have got to watch over maybe some of the mannerisms that Dodds will throw in on that raise on the defensive side, but I do think that's going to be a very difficult task.
Yeah.
I think especially with some of the setups that they have, like with Monch putting down Viper walls, the Sky Flash through, it's not just Dodds coming at you in an individual aim fight, it's an aim fight that you're on the back foot in immediately. So there's that.
Okay, that's a little change up for Nova. You see them locking in a deadlock here. Your thoughts?
I like the deadlock. I've always been a fan of seeing that agent come in. I think they've kept the Viper in play as well, which I think is important, and maybe struggling a little bit more with the Teo. They've moved away from it to have that additional delay. I think especially starting on the defensive side, it's going to make things a little bit more difficult, especially the net of the deadlock, I think, can disrupt so many of those aggressive plays.
Yeah, not just the net, but think about those traps. We're talking about Dodds going in to take space consistently in this first half on the attack, and now you're going to run the risk of hitting those sonic sensors, something extra for Visa Crew Blaze to think about. I think Nova have done a great job in shifting this. As said, I don't think Tejo's had a lot of impact at this event. Not to say he's bad, but not being used correctly perhaps, or efficiently. And so for Nova, this switch up, it at least makes Crew rethink their approach to the game, which is already an advantage.
It looks like this one might slow down a little bit with that Sentinel duel, the Deadlock versus the Sage, a new comp from Nova to try and stay alive in this competition that is, against Visa Crew Blaze. Let's hop into our second match with Pansy and Potter.
And funny enough, actually, we would quite like to start on the composition there, so Mimi, you've led us in pretty well. Seeing that deadlock come out, what comes to mind there? Because obviously that is a switch up now.
Yeah, it's such a big switch up because we're missing the Sky and also Clem not on that Neon anymore. I actually really love this from Nova. I'm a little bit worried that they might have overthought this. Maybe a slight overcook because last time around, it was pretty close. Listen, Nova didn't win a single pistol throughout both halves and they still made it competitive. So hopefully for Nova's sake, they have this trap setup because the combos that you can do, now Clem has two agents that she can lean on. The Seize combo with the nade plus that sit grab nade with the nade. So a lot of kill trap potentials for Nova here.
Okay, that's exciting. And obviously for Crew, that then puts maybe a little bit of a different lens on how they approach this game. Obviously we had first-hand experience. We'll kind of dive into that and how that's tailoring our expectations, because my eyes instantly go towards Dodds here, who had a belting start in their previous series up against Giant X on this map as well. That was highly impressive. A lot of question marks about the confidence and kind of getting that tempo right. So again, have to see if that continues here. Coming off of that win is always good, but again, pretty much you've got to keep in mind that they snowballed that game too. That confidence became sky high. And there were doubts of if Dodds could do that again. Can she hit that similar form?
Absolutely. And Crew are doing a fantastic job here, just defaulting around the map. They've already wasted a couple of stage slows, and you can see Monch just working at this deadlock wall. That was a lot of bullets out of that ghost. But now the defenders should be spread thin. You can see that fade, Icebox, she's making that rotate to help out her teammate and Shirazi, but the slam is on.
Yeah, but they stalled out. Something slowed them down. They didn't like it. And Dodds already going down. That removes that burst towards that B site. They've done really well at denying that instant spring up. Looking for a fight in middle, though. Michaela's got that. So opening up an opportunity, and now I look towards maybe what Monch is up to, right? How much progress has she achieved towards A?
Yeah, Crew just have to slow down and reset. They should be pretty happy about this, though. 4v4, and now the defenders, they've got to be spread out. And Cheer, you saw the Omen on Nova already burning out that blind. So this retake's going to be tough.
Yeah, this is going to get tricky. Shirazi, though, well handled. Got a little excited for more, and I'm a bit surprised that Icebox didn't swing with that at the same time.
The Molly.
2 HP, gets to survive for a second and fall away. But with 10 seconds remaining, they got to go. There is no time for hesitation. The cross, oh my god. I mean, they got a little too close to sight there, but still, Nova first found. This is a tick in the box for me.
Yeah, a little bit of hesitation coming out for Crew. You know, it's a pistol round. Certainly you want to swarm and get into the faces of the defenders, and Crew had that opportunity. Great response. You see Cheer trading out that paranoia with the Sage slow. So a decent response, but yeah, this choke point here at A main. Shirazi, certainly that grab net maybe caught Crew off guard just a little bit. So for Crew's side, they're going to be wanting to talk to each other about that. Just start planning, and making some sort of solution. And Clem, she's just going to farm away, get these eco kills.
And this is so good for the confidence, though, for Nova, right? Because, again, Crew, I think, fixed a lot of their issues in that previous series up against Giant X. They kind of, I guess, put us back into like, okay, this is what they wanted to perform like. This is how they were looking before. You know, this is what you wanted to see. But for Nova, obviously a hard game when they had to face down G2, losing, what is it, 0-2. Pretty clear-cut affair in the end. So already to a good start is massive for them. That's got to get that confidence building, and Clem being pretty much everywhere. So far, step for step, got to be careful to not get overwhelmed. There's a flash and actually committing towards the corner. Still has a satchel if needed. But for now, the support system's there. Everyone brawling out on this. It's not an individual fight. Man, Nova are confident on this.
Just ponging off of the ping for Clem so well. And that's clean. Everyone full HP, not a lick of damage on the side of Crew. Nova are going to be very satisfied with that. I do wish it was Clem who was farming those kills a little bit more. That would have been amazing for this bonus round for Nova. But either way, well handled for the side of Nova. And for Crew,
I'm just checking how many light shields were coming across there, because it was a really clean round too, but it's only one. So Outlaw not going to be as much of a problem, but hey, could still do some serious work. But yeah, for Crew though, this has got to be a very different start, right? This is maybe not how they expected the things, you know, the ball to get rolling.
we'll see exactly how they handle it. Looks like it's just going to be a spread default, and Monch, you already saw her handling that deadlock wall on pistol. This time around, it's going to be that trap, fade and raise paired together. And Crew did a pretty decent job on pistol, burning out this util. This time around, you see that deadlock wall and that trap. It's going to be up to Dodds to trade kit for kit, kind of burn all of this down. Interesting panda as well from the defenders.
Yeah, just let me simmer for a bit here, right? I just want to see how Crew navigate this new conundrum they've been faced with. This deadlock utility, how they decide to operate around that, how then they want to take towards the sites. This double stack up here is really nice too. Again, they don't have the best weaponry, so in this bonus, why not take a bit of a gamble? And Clem could get played in well. There it is, yeah. Lovely
Beautiful
synergy. This is so good from Nova. I can't stress enough how much I love teams taking a bit of a risk, going for something a little unorthodox in these bonuses to try and win out in those win cons that aren't traditionally there. So now Nova can kind of maybe cheat over a player if they fancy it. They don't feel the need to just yet. Icebox going to get good information. Clem still chipping away. Look at Kinnear's HP. Clem putting on a show and gets to tuck back in towards Pillar. There is a wrap through CT, but I think that's been noted, especially with that deep smoke. Clem gonna alleviate some of that pressure. 10 seconds, they gotta go. Clem still buying time and dropping bodies. 7 seconds now. Nova are doing so much work. Biazik may be able to get the plant, but to find any more, oh, it's not gonna happen. Nova, a dream come true sort of round. And they were the masters of their own fate there.
They did so well handling this hit from Crew, just moving along the map. You saw that reset coming through from Alyssa. She said, I don't want to fight that A heaven. It's all good. Going down into the vents and regrouping with her team. And those kind of macro fundamentals coming through make this map a defense-sided map. So this is a huge bonus round win for Nova. And that momentum is going to be incredible for them going through in this first half.
Yeah, and remind yourself, in case you missed the previous games, right? This is Crew's map choice, and they looked good last time we saw them. This feels like a step up here. Nova flexing a little of their variety. That deadlock looking solid, and it hasn't been solved yet by Crew. They haven't looked completely comfortable with it. It's slowed down some of these hits, and it's a quiet beginning for Dodds. 0-3, struggling to make that, first big impact here. And of course, the finances going to be in pieces. Sheriffs and a Stinger. Simplistic approach, though.
And we talked about that player comfort. We saw it yesterday from Dodds playing that Jet. Mitch was talking about it on the desk on the last map. This time around, Clem changing off of that Neon. She looks so comfortable on this race so far. Just being free, getting loose. And these eco kills, we talked about it on the last eco. I'm expecting her to really get activated here. Try to find those lines, get a lot of these outlaw kills, and get that showstopper online as soon as possible.
Yeah, and Dodds just isn't getting played in much here. Yes, they've got space towards heaven, but no one's taking a comfortable fight for her, so she's going to have to take a bit more of a gamble to try and gap close. It's not going to happen. Nova again, arm's
angle.
length. This is brilliant from Nova. Hard for Crew to get that next step in. Now, Kinnear and Michaela hoping for mistakes. Trying to capture one, going to at least pinch towards Alyssa. So that's the site now open for a plant. Still going to be difficult, but a recovered rifle in the hands of Michaela could help things out. Clem's still alive.
Not ready yet.
Still got the paranoia as well. Couple of key tools here. Let's see what Michaela can do. The one with the rifle. Vandal there, playing up close on the smoke.
Great reposition, great
Michaela,
reposition.
look at this. Brilliant. But Kinnear only has the Sheriff. Tough to make work. 4 bullets, no time for a reload, and hoping the time's right. Crew reminding us of their threat here with a MasterCard Thrifty. After I thought they stalled out towards heaven, but they made it towards sight.
Yeah, these Thrifty rounds just get so dangerous, and it's just those individual micro decisions coming through. You saw it there, that small reposition coming through here at that screens area, using both smokes to the defender's disadvantage. Huge reads coming out through here for Crew. Here it is right here. And once again, Conir, another reposition towards the left of that screen as well. You saw that 1v1, that her opponent just wasn't expecting it at all.
And Kinnear was a bit of a closer as well, right? You kind of had the entries. Well, I mean, she's opening up the rounds as well. There we are, a little bit of fight back in Crew. Maybe it just took that moment to start feeling out the game. We're looking at the ults as well coming here. We've got Clem, hers ready to go. One away from Shirazi's. Icebox has hers. Michaela on the other side, and of course Kinnear as well. So, and actually Biazek only 1 off 2. So this is all going to be in place.
Yeah, and you saw them just throwing that Sage slow orb towards that B main, slicing the pie, and that just left Cheer all on her lonesome, committing to that Omen TP. So huge punish coming through here for Crew, but look at Clem. Op in hand, and that showstopper ready to just react, a multi-kill at her feet.
Yeah, looking for Clem to find connection, find a shot under pressure.
Ow.
Has to try and fight forward.
Oh,
I don't think
no.
you're getting out, you're not. Tucked into the corner and denied. Dodds the one to send down that paint shell. Now down to 3, starting to dwindle in numbers. And Icebox's
Huge.
curiosity, though, has rewarded them massively. Michaela gone. That might shut the door on this a touch.
Yeah, huge plays coming out here for Nova and Icebox, and that allows her to get that Fade ultimate online as well. Should allow some sort of stopping power. We've been seeing some incredible combos giving Crew openings here, and there's a chance for Nova to use one here.
Yeah, this is nice though, and Alyssa's here. Might just peek that smoke. Yeah, absolutely
hear.
does. It is a great combination. Alyssa on that fast rotate over, making the most of that ult from Icebox, leaving now the odds stacked against Crew. No time, no options. And look, you can go down swinging, but you're going down. Shirazi closing a count, but what a fight back from Nova.
The response was impressive. That was Crew finding 2 kills based off that Sage utility. The combos you were talking about, Lauren, got so much value to start this round. But my goodness, Alyssa just in the nick of time, pushing A main, trying to find some sort of equalizer, and is rewarded with much more than that.
Yeah, just watching that back. Really nice. And that was quite a late round rotation back towards A. That could have been anywhere, right? They had that bit of a trade out between the two of them over towards B, so those TPs coming in by the Omens. But timeout for Crew. A proper timeout, don't worry. It's not the other shade of red that I know. But at this point, it's certainly not going to the same tempo as before, because we got a good eye test with Crew, I feel. We saw them in good form. What's different here? Is it the composition? Is it the way Nova are responding? Because Nova didn't look this comfortable against G2. By no means. So this, it feels like a very different matchup already.
Yeah, definitely not going the way of Crew's plans to start here. But I've been loving these timeouts coming out for the side of Crew. You know, we saw it yesterday. Bebe and the IGL here, Biazek, they've been planning a lot of things. And even on these low buys, They've had some beautiful set pieces, so I'm expecting another one of those to bust out. And to be honest, Crew have gotten a little bit unlucky these last couple of rounds, so I think they should be okay. This is a nice little reset for them to regarner reinforce their game plan, essentially. And for Nova's side, I mean, 2 huge ultimates still in that back pocket. That's pretty much 2 rounds in a row here that we can expect them to be in a power position to just control the pace here.
Yeah, it commands the respect, right? You can't really disrespect that, and this is the right read. We know on their anti-ecos, they like to go for this kind of ramp approach. We saw it before, and actually it was the one round that Crew got. Was going for these kind of sheriffy half buys. Nova trying to react by adjusting the plays over. You've already got Shirazi here, but it's still going the same way. Kinnear, Dodds finding similar success. Ult just came down as well. That was posted out by Shirazi. Finds almost nothing at this point. The site's lost.
Decisive so far. Now, the last time Nova were in this exact position, they were able to somehow, some way find magic in a round like this. But the utility, the ults for a retake, this is a tall task. They've got to find a pick right now.
And I just don't know if Crew's going to give them much room here. Look at these positions tucked in deep, ratty corners. Hard to even find that first contact without committing towards sight. Look how far they're having to go just to find this. Dodds on the swing, finds the kill. Yeah, Alyssa's got one, Shirazi as well, but Dodds picking up the pace a bit. And look, it's those MasterCard thrifties that Crew seem to thrive in. These have been their 2 rounds they've claimed, both towards that A side. Very similar look, and I almost feel for Nova in a way. They adjusted Shirazi over here, tried to invest that wall, but hey, Kinnear and Dodds can disrespect that scale up towards ramp super fast, and that tempo working out really well.
Beautiful response from Dodds. Just the mechanical prowess, always making any of these weapons work for themselves. And that showstopper online. Now Dodds is an aggressive player. There's a Viper ultimate up. No, she doesn't go instantly this time. Just gonna use her better weaponry. Oh, she's okay, she's okay.
You seemed way more confident than I was, damn. But again, it is Sheriffs coming out. So for Crew, a good chance to build up their finances as well, because it is quite...
Oh, Shirazi!
Shirazi just comes out swinging, what the hell? Actually, they're just gonna push off this. Maybe try and get a couple more bodies dropped. I think there's much more to be had, and look at the space taken on the other side. Monch has pretty much secured them the round here, opened up the red carpet. So as it stands, I mean, I was surprised that the money's broken this quickly. It's still, I guess, quite a back and forth game in that factor. Nova didn't fully stabilize their finances by any means, so covered weapon. I imagine that'll be dropped over. Yeah, it has been.
Spike planted.
Yeah, Monch has been such a thorn in the side of Nova's just defenses here towards A. From the start, it seems like no matter what, Monch in the mid-round, at least on split so far, she's able to find that pick and get that space. This round, it was an anti-eco, but she did do it on a gun round before. So I think if I'm Nova right now, I'm thinking about either making a push towards B main or making a push towards this A, find a way to go punish this Viper. We talked about the fact that Clem has 2 different agents that she can lean onto and find those 2 different combos for the playmaking. So we'll see. It is Icebox and Clem together, but it doesn't look like they want to push at all this round.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if they have like a little setup in mind. They want to maybe take that A main space and just kind of like go a little bit deeper, go for a fact-finding mission. Can you imagine with Shirazi playing out as she has been? The map gets quite small actually for Crew if they did decide to be a bit more aggressive on this defending side. Not the case. It does seem as though the Viper's pit towards middle seems to be the solution.
Explode.
Yeah.
They've got the Raze ult, just gonna pop.
Oh, does Shirazi get away? No, Dodd's gonna catch that. And Biazik! How the hell did you catch that one through smoke on the other side?
Yeah, you gotta respect the effort coming from Cheer, but Biazik just aware, and at this point, man, you're already thinking about saving if you're Nova. You've got the operator in the hands of Clem. If they don't find a pick here, this is so tough.
Yeah, I feel like it's a call for a save, but no, they are still looking. They're getting pretty close for this. I'd be very surprised if Crew give them a way in here. They absolutely should be cautious. But yeah, Alyssa already cancelling, and you can see them slowly but surely shifting out of here, keeping hold of those prized possessions. And a really nice approach there from Crew. Kind of, again, simplistic, very direct, explosive towards the site, and just banking on some of the ults that they had, right? Dodd's investing, Michaela as well. Perfect use in synergy. Dodd's going to be denied, trying to gap close, but they can walk away kind of almost square at this point. So for Nova, gonna have to find a couple new looks for themselves. I don't think we've seen a timeout from them yet, so I would be interested to see if maybe they decide to check in, see what the game plan is, anything standing out to the coaches.
Yeah, I think the perfect timing would be about right now. They need to start talking about how to handle this A main space. Last round, they had an opportunity for Icebox to throw a Prowler, maybe throw that Haunt towards that A, find out where they're opening. But you saw that they were staying very far back. They didn't want to give Dodds a free opening. But it just so happens Dodds was at B going for an explosive play anyway. So either way, Nova, they've got to find the information. Where are Crew starting? Is it going to be towards B main or A main? So that they can at least have an answer for these explosive starts.
And that's hopefully what they come up with in this timeout, right? I would love to see a deeper exploration towards any of the extremities, be it on that A side. Maybe you want to try and isolate the Viper, right? Maybe that's where you want to go for. Maybe you're hoping that maybe Dodds isn't there that time. Cool, go for that. A challenge towards B main. We've seen a couple opportunities, a couple Omen TPs here and there, but again, get a little proactive, flex a little bit throughout this map. I want to see how comfortable Nova are in this, right? Again, it's that test of that diligence at this point, but for Crew, starting to look like the rhythm's falling into their hands. You kind of look at the timeline here as well. Yes, started very well for Nova. 3 in succession. That conversion of the bonus round was the big tick in the box there, kind of that utilization of the Outlaw, that nice little double stack, these sort of ideas. But since then, it has turned into a bit more of a Crew affair. So we go back in. Let's see if they do try and fact find a little deeper. Doesn't look like that's the case with this mid-start coming out.
Just gonna leave Icebox to her own devices. This is definitely one of those differences in comp changes. Nova had that Sky before, was able to give her information. Doesn't matter though. She's able to find and punish Dodds on a timing. Huge opening for Clem as well. That's a duelist down, and these Sage slows have been so crucial for Crew to find these opening picks. Just Konir towards this B main. And that slows things down entirely for Crew.
Yeah, there's a smoke towards middle. The dog's just been shown, but it's already been noted, right? You can already see this happening.
Here.
But caught out. Konir on that deeper line didn't get visually checked, so managed to slip sight on the shift out. Still got the spike on the way. This is not out of the woods yet. Crew still looking a little bit dangerous. They know that Michaela's in middle. There was a dog earlier. 3-play push towards it. Still going to get one, which is pretty impressive. And the Viper's Pit invested towards B, making this post plant a little bit more difficult. Any tools, just the C's. And already you can see the reposition from Konir as well, seeing a little bit disconnected towards main. I quite like that. Got the smoke coming in. Great paranoia as well. And this is stalling out this retake perfectly.
Yeah, Monch doesn't have a Viper's, rather the Molly though, ready.
Oh, knows the angle, knows the angle, the distance so well, and puts it down to a 1v1. Crew navigating that issue with absolute diligence. Loved the line from Konir in towards B, denying any vision, which was quite surprising. I thought potentially she would have had that line there. Not the case. And again, the Viper's Pit coming down, that pressure towards middle. Still going to get the kill for Michaela as well. A lot of things lining up now for Crew.
And it definitely didn't look that way in the beginning. Dodds just giving away a freebie like she did, but that's really what has gotten Crew these last 4 rounds in a row. They have gone back to keeping it very simple. It's been these B pops and A pops in the mid round that have really caught Nova off guard. This time, a little bit more spread out. And it looks like Crew are actually going to default a little bit. I think this opens up the round for Nova to call for some sort of mid-round play. You can see that deadlock wall down towards B. It should allow the defenders to really be grouped up, put all their focus towards mid. They've got 30 seconds or so of not having to worry about this B main.
Yeah, a new look shown. Again, that deeper or different investment from Shirazi. And not much being given away. The deepest, I guess, or most committed piece of utility is this dog so far. Up towards ramp, sending in Monch behind it. Could just post her up here behind the wall. Yeah, going to keep her head down. Prowler go toward main and not checked on here. So a bit of indecision with the spike though. I think they're still looking for where they want to finish.
Cheers about to run into a double peek at B main. She does have to use her blind, but that should buy her enough space. Monch. Oh, Nova, they've got to be remembering how much space is up because Monch is an incredible lurk timing now.
See, there it is. Brilliant timing again on these little avenues they're finding. And And Icebox is in trouble here. Oh no! I thought Icebox getting caught out there. It's all falling apart, man. Crew suddenly shifting up a gear.
This round was so well called from Biazik on the side of Crew. Nova had no idea where to start. In the mid rotate towards that B, it was just an A slam either way, and a crossfire here for Crew should hold strong. And Dodds, it's all good. Yeah, Shirazi, she's just got to try to save at this point, but a Spectre, okay. At least she does get a Vandal, thank God. But yeah, I mean, Crew, this whole entire round was just a mind game. From starting at mid, then towards A main, then towards B, Nova had no idea where to commit and where to even stack.
With their players.
Right.
Yeah. The amount of times you talked about this, though, getting that information, trying to build around it, right? Fact-finding a little earlier, putting some investment behind. I want to give credit here as well to Crew for exploiting this so well, but I want to see Nova get a grip on that, right? That's something that I wish the penny had dropped a little sooner for them, and maybe it still will, but I'm worried that now financially they don't have the backing to even be able to handle them if they do find where they are, if they do locate this, but this could be tough. I'm waiting to see if they maybe go for something towards the safe side. Seeing a lot of players here, maybe just a stack potentially. I'm just waiting to see what they go for into this one. Maybe go for a little bit of a trap play.
Could work out, definitely set up Clem to be able to use the showstopper in the mid round, make a decision anyway, but for Nova, they know how broke Crew is. Rather, Crew know how broke Nova is, so they should just be sitting back and really just waiting to punish any sort of shenanigans.
They've been
Beautiful
punished. They have
shot.
been punished.
Yep.
And Crew seems so heads up about it, right? Look at how they're ready for this. And that's got to feel frustrating for Nova. Again, the first time you're really going for these riskier approaches and you just get kind of thwarted back like that. But a good chance to build up some of these ults for that final round as well. Already got Biazik sitting on hers the whole time. It feels like she hasn't had to use this. Michaela, big info. I think your start reading this is going to be very much a stack here.
Ooh, actually, I really like that GravNet lineup that Shirazi just threw. There was a chance for Clem to ping pong off of that with her kit as well. But either way, Crew, they've had enough. They got all the information they needed. They saw that the showstopper was towards A, so they're making the right moves in this anti-eco. In full control. The rifle is shifting, but Monch is just, she's holding the perimeter.
It feels like a checkmate position there, and it is. There goes the key piece of weaponry that could have been a big impact factor.
30 seconds
and now
left.
Crew, again, I have to give credit until
Wait
that.
a minute.
Alyssa, both swinging from the smoke here. Finally, that res comes in. We're back up to numbers. Clem gonna find one. It's not done yet. Clem with that showstopper could be everything. Pops it early. Finds it from afar. Clem's name up in lights as Biazik now in the 1v2. Time's on her side. How much can she do from here? Oh! What a shot from Clem. Back from the dead and putting Crew in their grave. There is life in this team yet.
Right in the nick of time as well. I was just thinking, man, Clem unfortunately has been holding on to that ult for way too long, but she was just cooking up to be able to use it right in the nick of time. And they wasted that Sage res as well coming through. Oh my goodness. So that's Thrifty for Thrifty. Both teams stealing away rounds in this first half that they had no business winning.
Yeah, that actually has been, this is minimum 3 Thrifty round conversions now. Minimum.
Love it.
That's
Love me some
craziness.
Thrifties, Lauren.
It's those Deagles, huh? Can't get enough of them. By this point, though, that's got to get a fire under Nova, right? We've been talking about getting Clem back into this too. Maybe that's the confidence there.
We've seen this look coming out from Crew before. It's that simple B pop. Cheer has been doing a good job handling it. And this deadlock utility should help. Those Sky ults, though.
Does anyone get caught? No, actually, I'm a little surprised Shirazi was able to stay alive and thrive in this. Again, I thought she was dead to rights early on, but not the case. 2v2 now. Spike get to go over. But you're looking at this position coming out towards heaven. Monch keeping a lot of space here. It is considered
position.
But finding Clem like that is perfect.
And now they know exactly where Icebox was. Beautiful Molly coming through here for Monch to buy herself some time. Repositioning to give her teammate a backup and timing now.
2 Prowlers 10 seconds on the horn, you don't really have the time for it, so Icebox.
Oh, the sound cue.
That might have put a pin in this one. Yeah, Monch again. Lovely positioning up on Heaven, just kind of re-shifting around towards Rafters. 5-7. I've got to say, a big recovery from Crew. Start of this game, Nova looked deadly. Beyond that, though, this is very much back in control by Crew, but do they get to close this out as simply as that last couple of rounds looked?
Red Bull gives you wings.
And at 5-7, it does feel like quite a close affair, but then we get into the details of it, right, Christine? Let's kind of dial in a little bit on this one. Obviously, the Coinbase Econ report on the screens there, you can kind of take a look for yourselves. Kinnear towards the top end, but still, the way the rounds fell is kind of curious because initially, I didn't want to discredit Crew, but a lot of those were thrifty turns, right? Kind of didn't feel like they'd find repeatable success, but actually they did. They went on a real run of rounds, they found their rhythm. But it's still 5-7. It still looks on paper a very close game.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think that once we shift over, Nova have a taller task on their hands on this attack side than they did on the defense. But to be honest, both these comps are very similar. I mean, we saw a lot of trap plays with the Sage Raze combo with the slows to give Crew those opening kills. Hey, it's the same thing for Nova. They've got this grab net lineup. They can throw it across and find opening kills in that way as well. I am a little bit worried about the flashless comp. You know, we saw it catching them on the defense without that Skybird, giving them that info to get those rotates across. It's kind of the same thing on this attack side as well. If they don't find picks with these traps, they're in for a tough half here.
Well, let's find out if that comes into effect. At 5-7, it could be anyone's game. I think a lot of people on paper looking at Crew to be the favorites, but Nova coming out swinging and going for a very fast walk up middle. Paint shot, gonna send them scrambling, but still, they didn't give away too much here.
Yeah, that's some good intuition from Dodds, though. I mean, she didn't see a soul there, but she definitely did disrupt slightly. That does speed up Nova to make it into Rose. Mikaela hearing everything.
Well, Flash wants to swing, but actually going to be thwarted away. Can't commit towards that. Second Flash in, trying to stall out. Buy time for rotation. Dodds now here. Prowler goes through, but they scramble down towards ramp. But look at who's tucked into the corner. This could be an issue. Biazik has a pocket to play from. No one's looking, but it doesn't matter. Apparently, it makes no difference at all as we're left down into a 2v2. Time for the plant and the post-plant reposition. You got to wait for those rotations.
They're so far away here. Nova, they should be feeling pretty confident to set up in a more optimal post-plant. They've got a little bit of time with that deadlock wall cutting off the rotates and spawn, but they don't feel confident enough to walk out yet. Either way, for the defenders, they've got to clear every corner coming out of these screens.
All they've really got is that paranoia. Smoke goes in. First peek made. That paranoia, they feel confident that's going to at least remove one, but Nova shifting back so well there. Takes that early contact and makes them work for the dinner. Nova are good in these pistols, man.
Certainly, they had the key sort of group up, ride or die mentality, and it really made Biazik's job just a nightmare towards that hell. Too many targets for her to choose from, and Things get a little sloppy, but Nova absolutely taking advantage of that. Shirazi feeling herself, and Shirazi's been such a pivotal part of just kind of catapulting this team forward with that momentum, and she's mainly been the Viper force, but she looks good on this deadlock right now so far.
So far, so good. Now, looking at the investment, shotguns galore. They've been watching one too many Sliggy streams. I'm seeing all of this happening. We've got Bierzik, we've got Dodds. We even have a little shorty towards Kinnear. So a couple of issues to try and avoid, and a deep position from Dodds that could be an issue, right? But it feels like Nova are aware that they could be up to something, right? You're feeling no resistance in middle. Something feels off.
For sure, and you know, this is one of the advantages of having the Fade double Prowler, one more dog than the Sky. Definitely different trade-offs for sure, but this Prowler should catch that Bucky, and that sound cue should alert. Huge trap plays coming through.
Well played by Nova. That was really well considered and then handled. Yeah, really happy with that.
I would like them to just min-max this entire round, grab the orb, put the spike down for Clem, and really rack up all these ult orbs, but either way, this should be a calm, clean, cool anti-eco post plan is what it's looking like for Nova. But these thrifties in this half, in this game, on this map, have been shenanigans so far. But these Buckies, these shorties, it's tough on a retake like this.
Yeah, look, this is uphill. I think it might be a give it up to the spike at this point.
Hey, I want Nova to send in a warrior here. Send in.
Who's feeling brave? Who's
yeah,
sending
drop that ghost over to Clem and send her in there.
Get to work.
Go get your eco kills. Come on now.
Next time there's a coach cam and it cuts you doing that, I'm like, I know what she's saying. I know what she's saying. I got this. All right, so giving it up to the spike. No stress in the end. Crew gonna have to just navigate these next couple of rounds themselves, right? It was a slow start in the first half, and then they kicked into the buy rounds. They got into the motion of it. I've got to say, though, Nova already looking solid. I like what I'm seeing. They didn't fall for any of the traps. They were very heads up about clearing their corners, going through diligent checks. This is good stuff for me. I'm happy with that. And now, ult progress-wise, I mean, Shirazi's still a ways off, but not too bad. Dodds on the other side is keeping my attention. Halfway to that showstopper, not quite ready into this, but still. What is the start here?
We've definitely been seeing those combos from both sides. The Sage slow orb with the nade, or the grab ned with the nade. Bonus round here for Nova, and I really like this. All 5 members are absolutely grouped up here. They're just waiting for the Skybird to come through. A little impatient though. They're just gonna go ahead and group in. Come through here. They're just trying to swarm. They're looking for the count, some sort of cue.
And it just seems to go off this. You can see the little combo, but didn't quite catch.
Orb missed.
Huh. That might be a little bit of an issue, but let's see. Okay. I mean, what are you meant to do about that? Michaela, just a shot in the dark, and it's found its reward. Already Clem gone. That's a problem as well out of all the players. Easy on Clem. All right, I mean, Alyssa's up for the challenge. Gonna pick up that mantle, gonna chip away towards that A-side defense. And Bierzik now gonna be isolated. Doesn't really have much support. You can see the lean through from CT, but maybe Bierzik doesn't need support. Monch gets there fast. Trying to at least trade back in, leaving just 2 on the site. This was a bonus, remember. There is still this Phantom in Shia's hands. It's Monch on the swing. Where's the support? Where's the trade? Shia just waiting behind the site. I mean,
30 seconds left.
It is a 1v2. It's not impossible, but now without the plant down, this gets infinitely harder. Double stacked up. It looked possible. A little nervous there. And it felt like maybe a miscommunication or something happened in that.
Yeah, Monch responding pretty well, though, just immediately busting out of that screens as soon as her teammate gets contact. So good responses from Crew, all things considered. I mean, that was all of Nova grouped, all 5 members just waiting to explode on. And you saw those Sage slow orbs really delaying that hit and creating kind of chaos for the side of Crew. They handled it pretty well, though, gotta say.
All right, now we get into the fun things, right? We get to see those better purchases coming in. It's a little bit of a shakier buy. We can still see a Judge coming out. We're going to see a Guardian and a Bulldog. It's not perfect from Crew, but again, we start to get into the gun round, start to see how this one happens. And Kinnear caught in the middle of no man's land. How little the plan was.
A little bit overzealous there, holding a line on a main choke point on her Losum. Unfortunate, but Bierzik, this should be good information. Her teammate should be telling her how many members she saw towards that B main, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bierzik taking a risk, but she's going to go back and just hold the perimeter.
And they've got contact now across the map. It feels like Crew's trying to find this information, something we actually wanted Nova to do, but they're actually exploring behind it. We're seeing already that deeper push coming out from Dodds with a player disadvantage. So again, clearing out B main, contact again towards A. They're going to shift over a player. Looks like Monch now has...
Crew have so much information. They should be sending their Sky, Michaela, over towards A, and with those flashes, there's a lot of playmaking potential here for Crew.
Yeah, I was worried about that scale up because of the judge there, but it's quickly quelled by Clem. Say that 10 times fast. Brutal. 3 players left alive, but the plant going to come in, and they've got security on this side. Yes, there is a flank on the way, but maybe I shouldn't doubt it. But at this point, let's wait and see.
Hey, all the members of Nova, they're kind of corralled and choked up in this site. Right now, Crew, they're going to feel pretty good slamming, or if anything, just...
Yeah. Michaela's doing a great job.
Spike.
She's keeping a lot of eyes trained towards Heaven. That flash went down towards ramp, freeing up this space. Biazik now drawing eyes. You're looking at Dodds here to make the most of it. Did she get checked? It doesn't seem to matter. Gonna find one. Where's the rest? We need the other players start scaling up towards this pillar side. Get that pressure building. They do it well. They're trying to trade in. Icebox, calm under pressure. Nova back to the wall, still hold their own.
Wow, the post plant using those walls, using the map to their advantage, just not giving them anything in that retake, and that's exactly what you got to do in these post plants. Doesn't matter about your aim. Secure the round. Put the round win on the board, Lauren.
Yes, coach. Heard.
I would love to have you as a player, Lauren.
It's a dream come true.
Good vibes.
I know, man. There's potential there. Maybe not in Valorant. I'm just saying. Mechanically not there,
broke. Just like that.
Yeah,
Nova,
no, money's in the bin.
Yeah, this attack side has really been the Nova show. They're really controlling this attack side so far. These rounds have been clean from them.
No, it's been nice to see. I was a little bit worried, but
and we're seeing the same thing again. Konir close up with this Bucky and the Prowler. I mean, I think we're going to see the same combo once again here.
We've been here before, and there it is. Good luck. Maybe you can TP out. Okay, so a little bit more slippery, right? Harder to do when you're Dodds in that position. So a nice adjustment. They can now maybe create a little bit of a crossfire, trying to play in Dodds here. A lot to do. Oh! Yeah, a couple more of those, and maybe I'm paying more attention. That's a rifle and a quick kill. The big reset of this pace.
I love this look from Konir. This is a huge win condition that she's going to want to communicate over to the rest of her team for the rest of this half. Waste their util forward and reset, come back, and just defend the site. Love it. Love that look. I mean, Nova's just going to run out of utility eventually while Munch gets caught on a jiggle.
Yeah, a little unfortunate, Michaela. I mean, that's a bold swing.
30 seconds left.
I mean, okay. What the hell, Crew? It's not meant to look that easy. They've got rifles, man. What the hell is going on? Dodds is the start and the end of the round with another Thrifty coming through, a MasterCard Thrifty in hand. They've got to be feeling good about that one.
I think that is our 4th or 5th MasterCard Thrifty in one map so far. This game is so back and forth. Nothing is free. And this map is just showing exactly why. These shots coming out for Crew, I mean, and it all started with Konir, right?
Yes.
Towards that B main, using that Omen kit and just wasting Nova's time. You love to see it. Huge ultimates, though, coming online right in the nick of time for Nova. They're going to be able to reset, not think twice about that Thrifty. They really like this grouped up A hit.
They do. Michaela's the one in trouble, but has help. Coming in from Heaven, it's a little bit of a wild swing, but it's Shirazi to find Michaela. Watch has gone down, Dodds is captured. Is this back-to-back Thrifties we might be seeing? Clem is looking like she wants that to be the case. A ridiculous affair between these two. Never down and never out. Konir, what are you going to do now? You can already see the weapons being filtered down, trying to make sure everyone is well equipped. As Konir was pretty much the starting grace in the previous now. There's nothing more to be done. God, these back-to-back turns in these Thrifties.
It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, Lauren. And Shirazi is just a hero here for Nova's side. I mean, just using that Deadlock ultimate like a showstopper, entering with it out. And look at Konir. She's just getting haunted right now. She's gonna want to hold on to this Vandal, but it's not gonna happen. Clem, another showstopper online. Huge ultimate. to be able to continue controlling the pace of this attack side for Nova and Crew. Their money is shot. I mean, they just walked away with a 50-round win for themselves. Sure, Mikaela has the ult online, but at this point, they got to work with scraps coming into this round again.
Yeah, okay, look, MasterCard is getting their money's worth here. they never saw this coming. This is craziness. It doesn't happen again, right? It doesn't happen again. We don't get it again. No. Seekers, Monch one away. I mean, is it gonna get another step close to the ult? Dodd's got a Vandal. Well, you know, it's not over yet. Not over yet. They could
A little
be
bit of a desperation play, unfortunate there.
And it felt isolated too. I don't mind it if there was a little bit more built around that, but it's what it is.
Yeah, the crouch definitely is a little too much, and yeah, you can see Konir's already just backing out. No one onto the site here.
Just hoping to catch one on the cross, really, and there's the smoke. Chip damage done, yeah, but again, not exactly enough to really change the outcome of the round so far. Looking at something else potentially. A couple of players coming back in through heaven. You still have Clem up towards it. Looking secure. And what's the goer? Maybe just off the back of this flash. Take a chance. Pop through the smoke. There it is. But Clem unaffected should be able to be the kind of securing factor. And yeah, this is looking very comfortable. Nicely done by Nova. Not having any more of that silliness going on. No more thrifties.
Yeah, but man, those stingers, I can't believe the range on that gun sometimes. Cheer just making that gun look so good.
Hey,
wiping them out.
Region is the one who did this to us, all right?
This is true. This is true.
Be done.
Timeout coming through here for Crew. They just want to stabilize. Talk about their defenses. I mean, they've got 4 huge ultimates online right now, so they've got a lot of win conditions they can be talking about. I think if you're Monch on the side of Crew, you're communicating over to your team, hey, I'm gonna ult mid, I need a protector. And at that point, you really just have to focus on the B extremity and the A main extremity, and that is Nova's win con so far. They've been very much grouped, and they've been slamming either one of these things. So Crew have all the answers coming into round 20 here.
Yeah, they've certainly got all the tools, right? They've got the purchase in place. They've got plenty of ults to play with. It's whether or not Nova has something in mind as well. It's always the kind of two sides to the coin as well, because obviously Nova get to have that chat as well. They can check in and maybe come up with something themselves. They do have Clemzol and Iceboxes too, so that Showstopper and that Nightfall all there. So plenty to be done. When does TenZ play? Probably soon. Love the guy. You know, just the talisman of Valorant now. Doing his awards as well. Have you seen that?
Talisman.
No. That word really caught you off guard, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I was doing my homework. What can I say? I've been insulted for my language so far. I've had Mimi just piling into me. I don't even remember what the word was.
Toxins.
Well, let's see. Let's see where this. Well, the Viper's Pit not being used right off the rip. Crew working over towards A main. I'm a little surprised we didn't see that Viper's Pit from the start, but maybe could be reactive at this point. But as it stands, Nova gonna have to go fact-finding a little bit deeper.
Yeah, looks like Monch didn't want to give Clem a freebie here. And a lot of mind games in rounds like this when big ults are online. I love the off angle coming through here for Dodds. And that Prowler does push her back though.
So let's see if Clem was going to try and slip kind of behind that, maybe a little ahead of expectation, but just pause for a second. And the only ults so far invested are the Seekers.
Early ult to come out.
Yeah, it always kind of implies that they have this worry of information, right? And the Seekers taking their damn sweet time to go anywhere. And all it's really given them is that there was someone lurking A and there was players in middle, which we kind of already knew, but I guess it reassures Dodds in the fact that someone was that close position. Clem going to go down, and it feels like Nova's drifting here. They're not finding that same chance forward, and there is that ult coming in.
Not a huge fan of this Viper's Pit going down in the site like this, but there's only 20 seconds left.
Face your fear.
And it is the correct site, but that Fatal, it's going to push her all the way to the back, but look at Diazic's position, but she gets taken out.
How is this working out? This didn't look like it was going to work, but they're on the site pretty much. It's the plant that's the bigger issue. Alyssa trying to hold them back on CT. Plant's now in, time's on their side. Suddenly this goes topsy-turvy, and it's just Monch left alive in a 1v2.
What an awkward round. Monch's ult is
It's a
out, but she
1v3.
gets pushed back.
Yeah, Monch has got an uphill struggle. Can't keep that ult going anyway at this point. Gonna have to work it back in. As Nova has the numbers, they've got their HP now back up, that decay gone, and I thought Nova were out of that round.
It certainly looked like it, 4 versus 5 as well, but the ultimate, to be honest, I feel like Crew put themselves on the back foot there, just not able to see any lines. Sure, the ultimate is gonna make you lose HP, but that allowed Nova to wrap back around the site and even get closer up into Monch's face and really just isolate her towards that spawn. Unfortunate stuff. I totally get why Crew had to use that ult, but look at the energy shift now coming through for Nova as well. They're heating up, and Clem, she's been holding on to this showstopper for a long time, and that's just immediate.
Yeah, and that wall on the other side purely looking like it's just trying to keep Biazik safe. Oh, it's found the target too. It's looking simple stuff for Clem, tearing through the site. And it's comfort now, and it looks like 12 is fated to be on that board. What can Crew do about this? Probably frustration mounting too after the back of that timeout that gave them what feels like nothing.
Well, that was Konier using the Omen ultimate as well to try to help out her teammate.
Oh, she's on for the ace,
Farm
man.
fest.
And yeah, set up for it too. Clem with all 5 to put Nova on 12 rounds. They've got to be feeling like they're on cloud 9.
That's incredible, incredible. I mean, Clem just used her showstopper. She's again halfway through on the orbs for the next one, and that's just it's such a momentum swing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And doing this on Crew's map choice as well. The map that they looked good on just yesterday.
And that's a tilter. I mean, especially after the head-scratching round, the round right before as well. It's got to be a deflator, but for Crew, they've got to be able to reset here. They've got a res in their hands. I'd like to see somebody going for a forward pick, group up, re-aggress on one of these lines.
It's just that little hesitation. It's always that fear to try and do it, but I'm with you. I'd love to see them play to a win con like that. So valuable to take maybe deeper control, but doesn't look like it's being utilized in that way yet. Biazik's on her own as well. That'd be a big ultra move. It's gone. Yeah, the trade's there, but wrong way around almost, right?
That's a painful thing to see. Michaela does equalize. Now, Konier is on an angle.
But these Prowlers are good. They're diligent, man.
Good.
Crossing the T's, dotting the I's. They've got this down. But it's not done yet, right? There's still 2 players here to hold this. Monch now trying to create a little bit of a crossfire potentially.
Dodds has
support from
arrived.
Dodds, yeah, here we go. Nova, time to burst, time to try and get that foot in the door, but Crew holding it down. Dodds, Monch, Konier in unison, leaving just Shirazi with 34 seconds. How much can one player do?
She said, you know what, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna get everything I can before it happens. She's got full HP, and I mean, Shirazi has been incredible
Why
so
not go
far.
for it? A 1v3 needed to get across that line now. Crew stacked up together towards heaven. Isolates one. Expects the swing. Oh! She read it so well. She read it so damn well. That is wild. The 12 to 10. Lifeline for Crew, but man, they had to work for that.
She is just a star right now. Shirazi, what a pick from Alyssa as well. Man, Biazik, Crew, just unfortunate round. And look, on the side of Nova, all the ultimates are coming online to constantly press the issue, constantly apply the pressure. And the last time around when this deadlock was online, it was Shirazi leading the pace, going forward with that arm out.
Waiting for it now. What is the answer? What is the approach? It's a really big show towards A at the start. Now, whether or not they further commit to this, yet to be seen. An individual fight on the other side.
Oh, wow.
Big commit from both players there. Clem also going to be outdone. Hold on. This is not out of the woods yet. Crew starting to be willing to fight behind this.
A little bit too much of heroics. You saw Konier and Alyssa trying to send each other a message in this round. And things have really slowed down. Now that that Viper's wall is down for the side of Nova on the attack side, they've only got Cheers, Smokes to work with. And she has found a gap in mid. This will make Nova really commit towards this A.
Is anyone looking towards vents yet? No.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. This is where it could go wrong. Keep in mind we have a player coming in through the vents. They've just spent so many ults on this. Yeah, Dots is going to get the kill towards Shirazi. There it is. Okay. Should be safe now. There was a couple of moments, though, that could have gone completely wrong, but 12 to 11, we're back at a close game now.
We absolutely are. That's huge stuff for Crew. I mean, they were able to waste out the big ultimate of Shirazi in a 3 versus 5. That will be huge to be able to solidify and secure this OT for themselves, but a timeout for Nova. Ah, man. The shots for Mikaela.
Yeah, and again, you look back at that round, it felt like two really individual fights they were taking. Those, as you said, trying to go for heroics, I don't think they needed to. But it's that want to close out, that want to just take the fight, take the win. Okay, let's get across the line, get it done. For Crew, though, still very much in this affair, still very much willing to scrap. I'm looking at the purchase, it's not going to be perfect. There will be missing some aspects for Crew. I'm seeing a Bulldog already in play. Music should be able to get somewhat of a purchase here. I'm looking to see what she comes out with. It should be fine. On the other side, wait and see how this lands as well. They've got plenty of money on the Nova side. But yeah, again, it felt like just too many individual efforts there. Just get on the same page. Run it like you have been in those last 4 rounds, you'd be fine. But again, it's easier said than done. That final round's always the hardest.
Yeah, giving away too many freebies. For the Nova side of things, they've got a pretty decent plan here for the last round of the half. They've got this Viper's ult, so you know they're going to want to group up, make sure they get their Viper escorted into the site for a post plant. And I'm expecting to see this Omen ult coming into play as a crosshair displacer when they actually want to execute onto the site.
Does Kinnear consider that they can purchase an operator here? That's what I'm waiting on, because Kinnear's been good at controlling this angle. I don't think she beats an op, though, so...
Attack side op for Clem, though.
Yeah, it is purely being used as a checkmate there. Okay, so it's going to ward away Kinnear on the first angle, disrespecting the smoke as well. Clem going deeper, wanting to control this area. Don't need to overextend, though. You can pause on this for a second.
You know those communications came through from Alyssa saying, hey, this Omen, Conir, she's been ego challenging me. Let's buy an op and let's find that pick.
Watching here.
Love the comms coming through here for Nova. But Crew, now they know the op is on the board. Now they know not to just peek B main dry, so that smoke does go down early from Cheer.
Prowler handled up towards heaven, so Monch still unconfirmed in attendance, but considered. Wimbot going to find nothing. About 50 seconds here. Still got that res on Biazik. Keep that in mind. That is a factor in this if required. Slow and steady towards middle. It's Dodds on the other side. Gonna get caught on the jump back over, but doesn't receive any damage. Paint Shell goes into stall. Can't work off the Prowler yet. The scale up being slowed down. This is nice. Good. Hindrance on approach. Util in. It's time to go, but it doesn't deny the bullets. Flying on through. Dodds looking lethal. Gonna get 2 of these kills, but where's the rest? Looking towards the side. Kinnear now kicking in. This is looking like it's got OT written all over it. Icebox and Shirazi, though. The 2 remainders. And Kinnear is being a nuisance. Love this reposition. This post plant won't feel safe now, even with that spike down.
Look at all these defenders. They're just stuck behind this deadlock wall. Shirazi knows it.
Face your fear!
And here we go. The flash is fantastic as Icebox, the last one alive. Crew, no matter the odds, no matter the score, taking us the distance.
My goodness. And that looked like a round that Crew should be able to just dominate, or rather have a tough time on, but Nova, they just couldn't find the answer. They couldn't find the picks. And this utility, look at this deadlock wall. It was completely cutting off Dodds off the line. Monch was trying to help her, but somehow, some way, Dodds is still able to find herself 2 kills. And that just makes a round for Nova's utility. None of it happened to work out. Shirazi not finding as much value in this round with that deadlock kit as we've been seeing in the past. And they've got to come up with an answer. They're switching it up, sending Shirazi over towards this A. You can see a bunch of trips set up, and this is a pretty decent response. It looks like Crew, they want to test their waters towards here. Ah, Shirazi just picked up one of those trips. I thought she was setting up for Clem towards this A main, but she recalled it back.
Blocking movement.
Early deadlock wall. Oh, that cuts off Dodds completely.
Yeah, and we kind of saw this before, though, that two of them could skip over that utility, right? So quite likely they put a player there to maybe deal with it, but a 1-for-1 trade out. Big info for Alyssa and Shirazi. Slow goes in, implying further progress being made towards Heaven. They burst through this again. Actually just out of line of the flash. Really nice LOS on that for Alyssa. Shirazi looking to try and reposition to maybe be in support or just catch that cross down towards site. And this could be a stall out towards Heaven. It looks like it is.
Aware.
Alyssa, such heads up work towards Heaven. Loving that deeper reposition towards that CT side. And they're boxed in here. There's very few ways out for Crew.
Icebox finding the information she was looking for, so just tucking, not giving any sort of picks for Crew. Monch trying to find something through that Viper's wall, and that's good damage, but 40 seconds. If Michaela can find this pick onto Icebox, that could open up the round for Crew, but such an angle there.
Spike down.
Yeah, that might be the be-all and end-all here. Yeah, it is. Nova, way better across the board to push up to 13. And Crew just not given much room there at all. I've got to look at Alyssa there, though, for me, Christine. She was so good at kind of those repositions, playing around that flash, just LOSing the lines of sight there. Really well done.
It was really this opening here. As soon as Dodds lands on that satchel, I mean, Shirazi's wall stopped the rest of Crew from coming through. And you saw Konir committing and landing onto that TP from that Omen kit to try to help, but this Deadlock kit coming through huge to disrupt and not allow Crew any sort of space.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about the round prior too. It was the Deadlock kit that didn't come through. So it's a huge trade-off. But I mean, for Nova and Shirazi, she's making it work.
Yeah, so once again, the question gets put to Crew. Do you have something to bring out here? Another chance to drag this ahead. And we've seen OTs with this team before. Hell, we saw it just yesterday. So pretty rough for them to kind of back-to-back this sort of thing. It can be exhausting, but they seem very much up for the challenge. I'm going to keep my eye towards Dodds this time. I'm seeing the purchase coming out. That operator is in hand.
Yeah, the last time, a timeout from Nova, we saw an op in Clem's hands. This time for Dodds, no armor, though, on the back of it. But she does have a Pocket Sky and a Pocket Sage, double heal duty. I mean, there's definitely a world where Dodds goes for a forward peek here early. He's able to get rewarded. All 5 members very much grouped here for Nova. We've been seeing this A main under hot contention, so Dodds, she's picked the right line. She is here.
This feels like feast or famine, right? This is going to be Dodds. What can you do? Maybe a little pop flash for her. No, it's the Dodds to start, and there's the grab net coming in. This is all going to get so sketchy. Dodds does really well. Michaela's still in the corner. Oh, she's gone back in again. Dodds holding down the line. No access towards the site here as Alyssa and Shia have no option. You're behind a smoke. You've got so much to do. And Crew, right read, right place for Dodds. And it looks like double OT is on the cards.
It certainly does. And you say right reads. I mean, it seems like both teams had just a read spot on. I mean, the combos landing, but Dodds just hitting all her shots. I mean, the operator, 1 shot, 1 kill. It doesn't matter if you're sat with the grab. Both players very much grouped, and Dodds has a free line here.
There's nothing to push her off this, right? This is pure lock this down and get the job done. Nice little shoulder checker like that, but yeah, you're right. It's rewarded too. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Crew, 5 alive, message sent with a flawless to take them into double OT.
And right in the nick of time as well. Yeah. What beautiful calls. We didn't really see a defense up the entirety of this first half, and just that change of pace coming out from both these raises. Dawes just making a movie towards this A main.
Oh, that's brutal as well, right? Like that little adjustment, the fact we hadn't seen it through regulation. It just didn't come out. Yeah, we saw Clem with it, and actually we're seeing it again with Clem. So going back in for that.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Clem going towards this B main.
Oh, tag!
That's a good shot, but so many heals on the side of Crew. Biazik's just gonna be able to feel good, and Michaela might find some sort of timing here, but that Prowler, enough information.
There's 3 behind this. No, we've got to be careful. And there's the refight. Actually, Monch! How are you getting 2 out of that? I thought the first on the trade would be fine, but actually getting more.
Yeah, and Crew should have a decent idea about which agents have been starting towards A. They've got it, and they've got the read. They know A side is clear. Gonna put themselves into a post, and look, we talked about that ult from Clem. No armor on a retake.
Welcome to
And that Viper's pit just makes it so tough for the defenders.
It feels like the checkmate, right? Like how you meant to get past that. That's a good start. 3v3. Okay, hold on. Not out of the woods yet. Dodds, prepare. Get themselves ready. Playing in this Viper's pick, gonna try and slip back with the timing. I thought I actually might have just flipped there, but no. Clem gonna be forced away with the paint shell. And that ult in combination. Time now starting to tick. It's Kinnear to find Alyssa. And this looks like it's falling in the hands of Crew. Getting the first in this double OT, pushing up to 14.
Wow, the operator definitely didn't come into play this time around, but Crew, it seems like they're getting warmed up into this OT. These last 2 rounds have been very decisive for them. It just seems like every time on the attack side right now, the key is, in this game at least, is all 5 members, let's group up. Let's just keep it simple and group up. But let's see if Nova have that same look. No, it looks like it's a 1-3-1 start. They want to default it out. And we haven't seen either of these teams come towards this mid in quite some time in a few rounds.
Oh, Dodds just getting over towards Mel. Still got that Omen battle on B going on. And it feels so mirrored on this almost.
Go get it.
Once again, that Boombot should give away a little bit of presence. That's at least 2 players heard there, so good info on that. One's got to be careful not to get caught out. You can see that trap building then for a second.
A main play as well. 2 plays going on at the same time. There's so much pressure on the defenders. They've got to make a move and push.
Oh, what? Alyssa, you're getting 2 there, are you? Crew had her dead to rights.
Launch is stuck now all alone. And she's got to be able to snake her way.
Could be killed.
That's a huge
After the trade, there it is, right? Like there was a second where there was a chance that maybe she could have reset, but and Kinnear's down on 30 HP. I still can't believe Nova have done this again. How many OTs are we going to get here?
Oh my goodness.
Jesus, we're going again, 14-14.
And I was just about to say that in this round, I loved what Crew were doing.
Yeah.
You know, we saw Biazik and Mikhaila sending that Skydog towards A to try to bully Monch off that angle and find an opening, but they weren't able to do it because Alyssa is just gonna wipe them out and get a double kill with the Vandal. Had Alyssa gone down in that moment, there was definitely a chance.
Yeah.
There was a world, but what a response coming through.
It's getting tense now though, isn't it? It feels like you just don't want to be that one to make the mistake to drop the ball, to take the eyes off the prize. So Crew back on the attack here. Another chance. Kinnear going to take that early B main space. Walk towards middle. Crew going to have to get past that hurdle, which they've done. But here you can see who's waiting. Shirazi shouldering this.
Pushing back Shirazi, gonna make her use that grav net, and this mid area has just been the same case. Waste some utility, trade it out, and kind of poke around, try to get that map control. And you can see Monch here, her job is just to create a presence. Oh, if she was able to LOS that dog, there was a world, but either way for her, she's still okay with that. Now the defenders think an A main hit is imminent, but look at this, all the Crew, they're grouped up towards this B main.
And this burst from Crew has been good. It's been hard to deal with.
Oh no!
She stuck around a little too long in that. Had the opportunity to back away, but Alyssa is here. Got them the magical 2 kills last time, not able to repeat that level of success. And Crew just bulldozering the site. There was very little opportunity for a fight back. At this point, it's down to Clem and Icebox to make a mountain out of a molehill. There's actually a player in between them as well, which makes it even harder. Monch somehow sitting in between both of these players. Hello. Yeah, a little uncomfortable there as Clem's options become near on 0. Crew sending a message this time. First to make it up to 15. with 5 standing too.
Yeah, beautifully called. Really well done. I mean, you saw as soon as that dog went out at A main, that's when they started pushing towards that B. It's unfortunate for Cheer. I mean, she had her smoke out and just she didn't have the vision to know that a slow was at her feet and a paint shell was coming through. Unfortunate, but insane timing for Crew. And that's what's been so dangerous on this map so far from both sides on the attack side. I mean, the minute you try to catch a breath or look up at your mini-map, that's when you're getting pounced on.
It almost feels unlucky, right? If you if you look at it in that aspect. But now it's time for Nova's opportunity on the attack here again. Again for Crew, though, they've started to look a little bit scary in my eyes, especially in that previous. So what does Nova do now?
Ooh, that Skybird caught no one. Would love to see Nova start walking up right at this timing, but Biazik does have that long line. Now that Viper's Wall going up forces the Skydog to come out.
Not the first time we've seen Kinnear kind of toy with this, but a little bit later in the round, still exploring to keep an eye on that B main control, force them to use utility, and this should give a little bit more confidence on the rest of Crew to keep players on this side of the map that she's able to explore that B main side. So look at that wall to come in. That's a nice tool to slow things down, make sure they funnel through towards either, you know, main approach. And Crew, they've got a lot of people here.
Love this regress coming through here for Biazik. This is a strong A setup for Crew. 3 members. Monch still has that Viper's Molly in her pocket.
Nice flash. Oh, it's so good from Michaela. Clem unable then to scale towards site. You can see the stall as well. Smoke. Viper spit on the floor as well. Prowler goes in. Dodd's waiting too. So you've got 4 bodies now on this side of the map. Nova might be running out of steam at the final hurdle. 17 seconds, they have to make a go. And it ain't going to be pretty. It's a massacre towards the A site. Crew make it out of the maze of this map in the end at 16-14. It took a long time to get here, but they do win out on split. I have no idea what Haven will entail, but do stick around to find out as we back after the break.
And we're going to see it around Garage and around C-Long. But the reality is, when we go to that attacking side, I think the 2 of them playing up behind, having that control over the map. Like, I think Crew had some incredible calls when it came to split and avoiding the hotspots that Nova were looking to lock down on their own defensive side. So I think we want to see Nova out the gate putting up a lot of rounds because it's not going to be an easy second half.
Memories for Clem of losing in GCC before going home empty-handed. Nova's already gotten the first win for China. Now we have to see if they can stay alive in this tournament. Map number 2 is starting now with Pansy and Potter.
Alrighty, so where do we start? We had a long OT on map 1, right? 16-14. Where do we go on Haven, though? Where does your mind go now we're on this map?
I'm looking straight at Shirazi. Nova, they're starting on the attack side first. We saw how much impact she had on that first map. She's on this Viper, and this is what I'm a huge fan on this player about, the way she handles this A main. Firstly, that's what you want out of your Viper. You want to be able to get that A main control, get that long line without using the Sova utility to gain it. So I'd like to see how Nova do it again, because the last time around, Nova were doing Shirazi things, and Shirazi was getting so much map control all by her lonesome. So for Crew, they've got to be ready. I want to see some trap plays coming out here for Dodds. The last time on this Waylay, Dodds had a little bit of a slower start. Not as much comfort on this agent as we've seen on the Jet and the Raze. So I want to see a warmed up Dodds this time around.
Yeah, I want to see what the full potential of this is, right? I don't know if I love the Waylay in her hands yet, right? And I'm happy to be wrong. I'm happy to learn what it can look like at its best. So show me something. As we go into this, though, it'll be Monch to receive most of the attention early on. And actually, they're getting away with this. The support.
Love this trap.
What?
Clem.
I'm sorry. How is Clem the one to come out with 2 there? Sorry, Clem. Are you serious right now? None of these kills look like they were set up for her. But apparently, she's going to just play it out perfectly. A 3v2. And my worries and woes about Dodds on this agent do persist, but it's Michaela and Kinnear to try and maybe alleviate some of those worries, but having very little steps so far, all dedicated towards the site, however, for Nova.
And it does look like Cheer is slightly aware, not exposing herself. You can see she's just playing with that blind out, throwing some jiggles. Oh, what a shot! Ooh,
Michaela
She saw the
on the
Sova.
heater. Icebox now has to go nuclear. Playing at the back of the site though, has the time on her side. Nova getting the first under the belt, but damn, that got close.
Such crispy shots coming out here. And I was just talking about how well Nova were playing that post plan. I mean, Cheer was playing it to perfection, high percentage angles. But man, Michaela, if you're just gonna hit crispy shots like that, this is gonna be an incredibly close first half, just like we saw on map 1. But either way, Nova are gonna be happy with that pistol round win, especially considering how things started in that garage. I mean, Crew had everything they needed to make that trap work, but the Neon, Clem, being slippery as hell, finding 3 kills.
It's not the first time we've seen this. Stack in towards B, but I want to see how will Nova navigate this map, right? Again, their choice. Should see them being comfortable, but look, we know the Crew can put up fights no matter what. So, showing patience here. Don't want to fall short. Don't want to fall foul to a stack or a cheeky, deeper position from maybe Kinnear, for example. This should be checked. And it was a lazy clear. A very lazy clear. You're not meant to get 2 there. How Alyssa loses that fight, I'll never know.
I mean, that was a decent setup coming through here for Crew. Konir got that smoke down from Biazik, so it was a bait and switch. And look at this flank. Dodds already hot on their heels. Everyone on Nova is surrounded.
Nice shot on the first as well. Being herded in. This is an absolute travesty. It's down to a 1v1 somehow. Messi on, oh my God, get me out of here. What have I just seen? Yeah, it's another MasterCard Thrifty. Congratulations on your sponsor. You are getting every cent worth. But what the hell was that round, Christine?
I thought we were going to get another blade, another shank. We just saw it yesterday
it looked
on
like it,
this
right?
map. The Frenzy doing work, running out of bullets, but another Thrifty, Lauren. We're just filled with it today. We can't escape it, but it is certainly creating some crazy moments. I mean,
this is my circle of hell, Christine. All right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm being dragged through this. Virgil getting me nowhere at this point. We do have sheriffs coming out. I mean, what the hell have I just witnessed? And at this point, Crew just fought their way back into the game. It swings and roundabouts back on the purchase.
Careful, Dodge.
Dodds on an island, does get the get out of jail free card, but again, gotta be careful to not get overwhelmed. Crew playing a really risky affair here. Again, Dodds wants more. Does get the reward on 1, but man, though, are we taking high risks against sheriffs and pistols here after what just happened?
Being very loose is Dodds, and at least she's got all of her teammates surrounding her with utility out. The perimeter is set, so the defenders are defending. And right now, Nova, at least they're able to get up close and personal, or they're trying to with these pistols. Playing with her food is Icebox, and Dodds, she's tired of it. She wants to go down and punish her.
Okay, it looks like Crew really wants to look like the aggressor here. They've been taking some really high-risk fights. A lot of them working out. Dodds. That's what you get. That's what you get. Hey, that's crazy to see karma like that. Shirazi can't do much more, sadly. That outlaw is going to be lost to the depths. As Alyssa with just the classic now.
30 seconds
Let's
left.
get a little upgrade, but by now I think everyone in the right place did at least get to collect the spike. 20 seconds, no other options. It's A or it's bust. So Alyssa may just make a go of this one. There it is. So Crew in the end with all of those risks. They actually only lose out on 1.
I could see why Dodds was getting loose. She wants those eco kills. She wants to get those outlaw kills. And you know what? I want my duelist nice and loose, being free just like that. So we'll see how warmed up Dodds gets with these shots. For Crew, and for Nova's side, I mean, this round, you can see Clem, she's just going to stick with that Stinger. Actually, she decides to go with the Guardian. She's got that Neon ultimate in her back pocket. So I'm expecting a fast-paced opening and to just double down on that aggression if she gets that pick to just slam onto the site. It's going to be the 3rd time now that we're seeing Nova start towards this long C. What a shot!
And Dodds can't really make it out of this yet. I don't know if they're going to know that or explore that option, but that is a big loss on the fact of Kinnear going down there. That's util now pretty much removed from the board. There's options. With 1 minute 20, they can start maybe working the map a bit.
Yeah, with the Sentinel going down first for the defenders, it really makes this Viper a lot weaker on the defense. It's going to be up to Crew to regain one of these long lines, and you can see exactly that. Biazik pushing towards this A main. They've got all the information they need, so they're going to keep this C stack strong.
Dodds again,
What a
still.
shot. Oh no!
Spike down. C.
Did her foot get stuck?
It looked like, you're right, it looked like she didn't back away from Plat, but still Monch and Michaela holding well from backside. Should be able to recover the op. Yes, they have. All good. In the end, again, taking some really high-risk stuff, but maybe that's what Crew needs. Maybe this is just take those extra fights, go for those slightly riskier looks, but yeah, it was a bit odd that she couldn't quite get away from Plat here.
Yeah, it's all good though. I mean, we did talk about the perimeter. Her teammates were right there. And I think you're right, Lauren. She's getting loose, but Nova's tired of it. They want to put a stopper on that, catch themselves some breathing room, maybe ice out Crew and Dodds, because look, when you're playing and you've got the duelist on the other side playing that loose, sometimes those timings, it can really throw a spanner in the works. It's really creating chaos, and it's controlled chaos for Crew, and for Nova, it's pressure.
Yeah, and you add into the fact of obviously map 1 going in Crew's favor after a really close game. That compounds it, right? It's like, oh god, now we've got probably the better version of Dodds, because I don't think we were overly enamored with how Dodds looked last time we saw her on this map. And that's a fair criticism, because we saw the best of her. We see her on that jet, we saw her in other scenarios where you see how good she can be on the Raze even to an extent. But here, it fell a little short. We were almost hoping, hey, run a jet, screw it. Go something a little bit wild, show me that comfort here. But she actually looks like maybe going for that double down into aggression, almost beyond the pale, or what you'd expect, has worked well enough. It's sent a message to Nova and a very early timeout, because we've seen quite back and forth starts actually between these two, the thrifty conversions, all of this. But sadly, the finances are really, really hindered because of this start.
They are shot. They certainly are. I'd like to see Nova go back to what happened on Pistol. I mean, they did run into a trap in that garage, but they kind of shied away from A main. They started towards B, and that is kind of what we're seeing here. Clem really going towards B, creating a distraction. She's found a gap, Lauren. She's already flanking A.
Yeah, but look at the ult coming down, and Dodds again actually goes further aggressive on this, but Michaela there to fill the gap behind. Michaela going wild in this, should have been seen, but still handles it to perfection. 5 in the round. How did Michaela look calm under that sort of pressure?
The Phantom on land, Lauren. The Phantom doing work, and Michaela looking good with it. But I gotta say, Nova had every opportunity to really capitalize off of Clem, finding so much space, quickly making her way into spawn. Really would have loved to see the rest of Nova pick up the pace and press the issue towards A. But man, Michaela did work dancing around in that quad. Bebe. Wow. Coach Bebe is just so thrilled with that round.
And that's got to be a gut punch for Nova, right? I know it was only this light enough buy, but it was an investment of the ult as well. They had a good shot at it, and to give another player an ace, that's all. That's confidence building for them. Biazik doesn't like what she's seeing on this. So going to get herself tucked away for a second, but Michaela again going to pick up where she left off. It's time to go down. Michaela finally found by Shur, so you're going to be waiting to see the rest of this. It is pacey, it is tempo-based towards the A side. It is chaotic. But they've got side control, they're just slowing down to try and clear quad. They don't have full information on Sewer, a bit of a worry about that, but it's all towards CT right now.
The utility slowing down this spike plant, and that's going to allow the crew members to just flood in. It's just down to Icebox.
Oh my god.
And you saw, it was such a quick heads-up play coming out from Biazik, the Omen on the side of the defense. She quickly TP'd up into heaven. She wanted to counter the enemy Omen ultimate coming out from Cheer, and all of a sudden Cheer is down in hell, Biazik is up in heaven. It seemed like the defenders were cut off, but Biazik just making it work, Crew flooding in.
Okay, and talk to me almost like, coach style. Maybe we'll jump into this round quickly, but I want you to kind of dwell on this. When a team's playing this hyper-aggressive and taking these very high-risk, very volatile fights, how do you deal with that, right? Like, holistically, dwell on this one for a second, because I think we're going to dive into that round and see what's going to be going down here. It looks quite pacey towards B2, so... Because again, the instant answer in my head is always slow defaults, work the map, be really meticulous. But still, I'd love to see your take on this fast approach in middle.
We'll see if Clem does go fast here, but you're right. You've got to fight fire with fire. You've got to be able to slow down the pace, use your stopping power, but you've got to be able to fight onto the site. If you don't have your retake protocols activated with these ultimates online, then you've got to be able to defend these sites. So for the side of Nova, they can't back down, and for Crew, you just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. For Crew, again, right place, right time. They've already denied maybe a quick spring in towards that B site. You've got that deep position taken up towards Sewer as well. Deep line for Dodds on that side of the map. That's a problem. They can't late clear back into this. Look at the HP on Clem as well. It'd be Icebox, if anyone, to set up. Maybe this look towards A, but beyond that, what are you meant to do here? They're not getting options. They don't have a great deal of clear on Dodds, and the dart doesn't go this way. So Dodds gets more freedom. Owl drone used, and the shot actually missed, so Dodds is going to be forced away, but only to go back in for a second. Look, we know this aggression is here, unrelenting, and now no one's challenging down Sewer. They can call out, it's all towards Long Shirazi with a clothesline down Sewer. Sight now finally open. This is the best chance that Nova's had in a minute, but it's not just one player being aggressive, it's all of them! Michaela, Beerzik, Monch, they're all here. Icebox trying to be cool under this. Keep this in hand, but Michaela's still pushed up. Shirazi left in a 1v2, no spike planted, no time on her side. She'd have to find most players, and it's not happening. You deal with one, there's 4 others.
Oh my goodness, and I can't believe Shirazi got stuck with the op in her hands. She was able to punish Dodds with that Guardian, and I get it, but I would have wished that she would have kept on to that rifle so she can speed up and catch up with the rest of her teammates. But this flood coming through for Crew was so decisive. Just in an instant, as soon as Dodds goes down, they are in the mix, not shying away, not backing down, and that was the kind of pressure we were talking about. I mean, it's been non-stop this entire half.
And it feels like they've lost all fear. And I don't know how you've done that after a 16-14 map 1. They've suddenly gone, okay, ignore who we're playing against, we're going to get aggressive, just kind of disrespect almost, right? You've got to kind of almost get the other team to respect you. At this point, Crew are going to take every even low chance coin flip fight. Beerzik this time with the operator, going to take down Sheer. This is going to be brutal now because you're feeling out of the game. You're feeling like you can't take normal fights. You can't do your site executes. You can't play the normal way. You're feeling so overwhelmed. And we've got Sheriffs out. This is never going to be the round you really see it on anyway, but it is problems, right? This is hard to witness. Conir in a bit of a checkmate position. Oh, okay, Clem, fair play. Yeah, shut me the hell up. Go off. The Monch here now, and they are just looking confident, high confidence. And it would take a big round and something like that, a couple of these big kills to come in to maybe quell that, but I'm not seeing anything slowing down Crew here.
Yeah, it is a little bit better, though. I do want to see Nova stick to what they just did, though. Send and insert into Garage for Clem so that they can allow some time for Shirazi to work. It's
double
a timeout. Yeah. And I get it. It does feel like Nova haven't been able to get anything they want on this attack side, but really, if I'm the coach of Nova, I'm just allowing my players some breathing room, right? I mean, these last few rounds have been high pressure, so just allowing themselves to reinforce their game plan and let themselves know, hey, it hasn't been that bad these last couple rounds. Things have just slipped out of our hands slightly, but we'll see if Nova go back to trying to work this Garage, because Shirazi, she needs time in these rounds. She needs to work the clock so that she can actually gain some space, push Dodds back with her wall, with that gas. But so far, it's really been all about Crew's just aggression here.
Yeah, and this is the interesting thing for me when I'm looking at the timeout. Because obviously you have to convey what you just said as well, right? You've got to try and get it into the right tempo to be allow Shirazi to play out a bit, get grip in the game, but you also want to let your team decompress a little bit because they have just been dictated to for 8 rounds, right? It's high tempo, high aggression, really hard to get your mind in the right place because you just don't feel you can do anything. You're feeling really oppressed in this. So be interested to see what they come up with. I want to see what the plan is now. Simplistic, or is it slow? Is it going to be patient? Is it going to be very, very considered? It looks like an aggressive start, potentially, trying to take over one of these extremities.
Yeah, they want this A main control, but Michaela's been throwing this season, spamming through this Viper wall, so Crew gotta be careful. That's 2 pieces of util.
Oh, Crew, this is so well situated too. A deep smoke sets this up. It's a perfect plan, and the aggression is not stopping. It's carried on, it's doubled down. They can't make it out of spawn, Christine.
That's just so tough. It's so tough. I mean, that was Nova spending that entire minute planning, problem solving, theory crafting, going through, and everyone feeling super confident about their plan and just getting stuffed. Not even a lick of damage except for on Beerzik's back. And so This is really just a combo of utility, and I love the aggression coming through for Dodge. She knew she was going to be able to beat the attackers on that line, and it's just, this is confident, drilled crew on the defense right now.
This feels like a very different team than we saw just last time we saw them play on this map, right? Like, I don't think we've seen them go this far, exploring this deep, taking these aggressive lines, and I really like it. I think this is a good look for them. Now, obviously, they're doing it to the extreme at this point, right? This feels like they're tripling down even further. But I love a team that can shift gear into this. A couple of these sort of rounds, bring this out, flex a little.
30 seconds left.
And for Nova, there's no option here but to save, right? And the issue is that you've had your double timeouts. You've just come out of your last one, and it is a traditional reaction to go for aggression, but for Crew to even go further aggressive and kind of be very disruptive in these plans is a really nice idea for them as well, right? It's a very good reaction for Alyssa and Shirazi. They'd love to keep these Vandals, and they might be able to do that, actually. This is the most fight back they've had, but sadly it's a little too late in the day. But again, I feel for them. This is a very hard scenario to be in.
Yeah, especially considering, I mean, you would think that they would be able to talk to each other while they're saving their guns, but you mentioned it, Crew, they're not letting out. They're not getting their foot off that gas pedal. So the side of Nova, they weren't even able to problem solve or communicate with each other what they want to do coming into this next round while their teammates were saving. So that's just while you're sitting there waiting, more pressure building up on you. And it's just unfortunate for the side of Nova. Hopefully, it's definitely up to Shirazi here. Her experience needs to shine through for the side of Nova. Regain your composure.
Okay. It's kind of now or never for me. The scoreline would be not unrecoverable, but pretty close by. So can they do it again? The lockdown comes in. Nice. This could be good. Should at least force them away from the C site, deeper towards CT side. Monch willing to stick around and actually gets a reward. Clem's fallen. Doesn't get away in time, but has support here to back her up. They try and compress towards her. The pit probably going to drop any second now. You're looking at Kinnear playing towards that back of flat. Just get overwhelmed. Nova. No! How are Crew here so quickly? Shirazi, you said she had to go big in this. Be the one to pick up the pace. Be the one to determine the outcome.
No bullets
She's struggling. She's struggling, man. She just wants a gun. 4 bullets. She has to hit a reload at some point. Maybe gets Biasic and then could reload. Do you check? 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 The barrel not showing.
Oh my
She has
God.
no idea. And they're starting to look. Shirazi with 2 bullets remaining now has to deal with Dodds.
She didn't hear the reload.
Oh! The best chance yet. And it's a gut punch in the end. Dodds going to put them at 9-1. And you can see it on their faces. This is a horrible realization that your chances are slipping through your fingertips. And there's not much you can do about it.
This replay is so ridiculous. Both Vipers just doing so much work. You gotta shout out Monch in this round. The Viper for the side of Crew, the way that she was just able to reset, pop off that garage, go to the back of site while detained, and just bait and switch for the rest of her team. Shirazi just doing her damnedest in that
trying,
round.
Man. You can't say she's not trying.
Yeah.
But right now, Crew are stepping up to another level. And I have to remind you, this is an elimination game. Tournament life in this scenario on the line. And Crew have decided to press the problem, go further. And actually, wow, the fact that Dodds gets out with her life is lucky. Nova.
Alyssa was not willing to go in and force the issue there, assuming Dodds had a backup, a second player there to hold back. Clem has been finding success towards this B, but this time around she does get spotted, so that Omen smoke is definitely going to make her think twice. Going to regroup with Icebox. And no, it does seem like Nova, they're just going to re-hit. But this Molly in Monch's pocket, the multi-kills on these B-pops is so dangerous. Oh, this is good for Nova. They're able to burn a lot of util. I love this pivot for Garage.
Yeah, this is lovely. Burns the ult from Dodds as well, but it's Kinnear to watch the cross. Going to hear this, see this, lockdown ready. That could be an issue. Actually going to stall out a little bit here. Not going to use it just yet. Probably the right plan. As the plan comes in now. Alyssa ready. 3 on the other side. Going to catch up for...
Let's go.
Big shot, but Dodds going to finally deny. But that's a big bit of impact from Alyssa. Catching 2 there through middle. Now the lockdown's the issue. How does this get addressed? Nova get proactive. They fight towards CT, but they line up, and again, it's body after body being dropped. It's the battle of the Vipers, Christine, and they're winning every time.
The Killjoy ultimate was just the nail in the coffin. I mean, Nova did everything right in this round. Alyssa, beautiful shots coming through, and you would just imagine that's it, but my goodness, Crew were always okay getting off the site, and they just forced the hand on Nova. It's so painful to see. And if you're Nova, I mean, you gotta get the second on the board if you want any chance coming into the second half.
What do you do now?
It's a broken bye. I mean, your entry has a judge. This has got to be a fast-paced round. I mean, at this point, it's just full send. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, go down swinging. Is he gonna go down?
The Sova ultimate probably gonna get ripped here off the start. Nope, not at all.
Okay. And we've got the stack up towards long. That sees good. Just gives them enough time to reposition towards site if they wanted to, but actually going to commit towards long. It's Biazik down here. Paranoia ready. Going to get that posted. Again, the timing. Okay, sure. Actually going to get 2 on this. Clears through long, and they've got the A site open. A little bit of spam from Clem just to try and secure, make sure they've got time for this plant. This is good.
Spike planted.
And now, sadly losing Icebox, they actually do lose out on that Sova ult, which could have been quite nice in the post plant, but this is an advantageous situation for Nova, right? First time before, V3, you know, they've got the numbers on their side, they've got the time on their side. Dodds with an operator on retake, tough to make work. This could be the second. Clem,
what the?
goes down. Oh no, okay, Shirazi, the backbone here, the spine of the Nova side, gonna trade in and keep the numbers good. Kinnear gonna find Alyssa. Kinnear gonna find another. It's a 1v1 up against Shirazi. 3 bullets, is that enough for this? The time's on a tick and she's got to get to work. Shirazi secures them their second. And it is a glimmer of hope, but it is a fine, fine amount. 2 rounds is all Nova has to play with. This is not a fun predicament for this side. Map 1, you couldn't get it closer. 16-14. Here we are at 10-2, a stark affair. We actually have a little bit of a treat, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Someone who normally we get to talk to in the server, I believe is actually in the building. So I think Jen Lee's going to be standing by with a touch of an interview if we are lucky.
Hey guys, Jen here with Sapphire, our beloved observer. 네, 옵저버 사파이어님 만나보도록 할 텐데요. 가장 먼저 오늘 경기 전에 좀 굉장히 뜻깊은 행사가 있었거든요. 그 행사의 일부이시기도 했는데 그 행사에 대해서 잠깐 물어보도록 할게요. We had a cool event going on earlier today for the players and also people that are related to GCC, right? So can you tell us about what went down there?
Yeah, so we hosted the second edition of the Game Changers Collective. The first one we did at VCT Champs in Paris. It was a chance for women to get together, to network, especially with these players, get together outside of competition. We had G2, Shopify, Carmine, Team Liquid, some of Falcons there. Players that get a chance to meet with each other, and they also get to be inspired by Yeji Kim, an iconic Olympian that was there to speak with the players, and despite her playing a different sport, she relates to those players so much, and you could tell they felt very inspired.
네, 저희가 게임 체인저스 콜렉티브라는 행사를 진행했었는데요. 먼저 첫 번째는 파리에서 이제 선수들을 모아서 진행을 했었고 이번에는 또 팔콘 선수들 그리고 경기를 오늘 하지 않는 체인저스에 진출한 팀들의 선수들을 모아놓고 함께 네트워킹도 하고 서로를 알아갈 수 있는 그런 시간을 가졌고 그리고 또 저희가 또 올림픽 골드 메달리스트죠. 김예지 선수를 모시고 좀 인터뷰를 나누면서 Q&A 세션도 진행을 하면서 어떻게 e스포츠와 그리고 e스포츠에 있어서 좀 어떤 마음가짐으로 좀 건강하게 성장할 수 있는지를 얘기를 해보는 그런 뜻깊은 시간을 만나봤습니다. 그리고 마지막으로 이런 경기 옵저버로서 좀 옵저빙을 하면 어떤 느낌인지 물어보고 마무리 짓도록 하겠습니다. Quick, what's it like for you to observe a match like this? You know, high intense elimination match.
It's hard in the eliminations because teams aren't holding anything back. It's their last chance to stay in the competition, so they're changing strats up, they're pulling from deep in the pocketbook. So it's difficult, but it's also very fun to do it.
워낙 팀들이 이렇게 사활을 걸고 생존을 위한 매치를 펼치기 때문에 정말 옵저빙하기에는 굉장히 힘들기는 하지만 근데 보기엔 재밌다고 하네요. 재밌는 경기 함께 하시죠.
Love to hear from him. Big fan.
Huge fan of Heather.
Big fan. That was lovely. Jen.
That one,
Careful. No.
we love Jen.
We do. 10-2. We let's kind of bring the seriousness back into the affair here because I'm worried for Nova, Christine. I think this might be a little bit of a death rattle more than going down swinging at this point.
Yeah.
2 rounds, literally bookending. Or, you know, you had the first and you had the last, and that was it.
So I've seen 10-2 halves before, and this
Sure.
one, it felt so tough for Nova to regain their composure. Just the amount of pressure that Crew was applying to Nova's side. So this half, it was huge. It couldn't have come at a better time for Nova, this halftime break, so that they can recollect themselves. If we remember back, they had to use both timeouts in the first half early on, and so they just didn't have any breathing room. So this 1 minute, hopefully, for the side of Nova, they were able to regain some of that composure, get right back down to business, and play with some confidence coming into the second half. And you can see that happening right away. Clem, she wants to get up close and personal, get on that long A line. This is going to allow Cheer to over-rotate and icebox as well. And Crew, they've been so aggressive. They've got all the space to make the C-split happen.
Let's see it. Dodd's already in on the site. Gonna get found first. Shirazi, great first start here for the Nova side. Follow-up, not there. Monch instantly on the trade out. Kinnear clears as well. Nova fall on the site, and the spike plant should be coming in. It's one-sided so far, though. A 4v3. Clem, Sheer, and Icebox have to make something happen. You can't lose here. You're too far down the rabbit hole to fall like this, and Icebox trying to take a couple of steps. No one quite there yet to make anything of it as well. And it feels like that pressure. Oh, it's just hard to witness, Christine. It's a valiant attempt from Shia, and it is a 1v2. It's not impossible, but you can see the nerves. You can see all of those woes and worries in full effect. But Crew standing tall here, 11-2. You couldn't ask for a better map too.
And that's tough. That's just so tough. Clem, another chance at her feet, but just slipping right out of her fingertips. And Crew have just been decisive from start to finish here. Just coming and slamming the sights right during those gaps. You saw that there was a slight chance Icebox, the Sova on the side of Nova, was coming through with her utility, but none of the utility was available. I mean, Crew just slamming right during that gap.
Yeah. And that might have been the nail in the coffin. We'll see.
A force buy, you gotta do it.
You gotta do something, right? You can't just leave it at this point. You gotta go and try and make something happen for yourselves.
There.
Nova, how much do you have left? This Crew have given us a game. We've seen high quality from them now. And Dodds continuing this path of destruction. Already a good tag towards Sheer on the B site. Clem waiting close. Prowler gonna inform the position. Good reaction from the Paranoia though. And well, Icebox loses out on one of the extremities. That might be the first of really the rest of this map.
And job done if you're Crew. I mean, they're just trying to waste utility. Clem is under so much pressure. She responds well.
Nice.
And that's spiked down.
This could be a dream for Clem.
Oh,
But it turns into a nightmare. But the rest of Nova now on the site, trying to back up the rest of them. Shirazi and Sheer up against Kinnear. It could be 12, or it could be a long road back. And Kinnear wants this one done. Hammer in hand, can't get the next nail in the coffin. It's a lifeline for Nova, making it up to 3.
and Crew, I mean, I thought they handled that round fairly well. Some heroics coming out here for Nova. You saw them slowly working towards that B, burning so much utility, but those low-buy weapons, Crew, I mean, hopefully Nova, that gives them some confidence and some momentum moving forward, because they did exactly what they needed to do. They were loose, they were ride or die, and that A flood, we saw that success for the side of Crew when they were doing that on the defense. So we'll see if that's where the tides turn here for Nova now.
Hey, look, the classic round by round.
Dig deep, Lauren. You gotta dig deep, baby.
Okay, well, look, Xia is certainly doing that. There is a heat-seeking missile on the site, however. Clem didn't think the Dodds were sticking around, but that's a quick trade. Putting Shia right back in the crosshairs here, but somehow comes out alive, and maybe heroics from Shia. 2 kills in the round, the third not gonna happen. It's down to just Monch now. This could be 4 for Nova.
That Deagle shot from
I have the poisons off.
Conir looked, rather the Killjoy shot looked so close,
Toxins
but
going
no
up.
cigar. Monch is able to collect herself a sheriff, does have the spike in her hands, and look, all the members of Nova are super grouped towards B, just giving up this A site.
Orb emitting.
I don't think there's any guns for Monch to collect towards this A.
No,
I'd be curious if she tries to go in and just plant to give themselves some money moving forward in the
30
half, or if
seconds
she
left.
tries to be a playmaker here.
yeah, try and like slip through a little bit.
Looks like she's just gonna get the money.
Spike play.
You don't believe in the 1v3 sheriff?
Hey, there's a world.
There is a world. It's
Oh
my God, when they
the
lined up a little
double.
bit. All right, Nova, it's a long road. Do you have it in you at this point? It's 4 rounds now. The scary factor becomes that the buy will be coming out soon for Crew. That's when my attention swings back over. Alt start coming online. The kind of snowball rounds start to line up, but these are confidence builders for Nova, and it's small steps. You're not going to get big steps when you're sitting at this sort of deficit, so small steps here for them.
It truly is 1 round at a time. And it looks like for Nova, they want to go for an aggressive play down this long C. Biazik on the other side of things. Generally, the Omens, when they're solo, they're able to really just absorb a lot of this aggression and utility. We'll see how she handles this. Smoke is out right now. This timing, oh my. She's able to escape.
Yeah, how much do they read into that, though? So far, not going to know, obviously, how many players were pushed down towards us, but Clem. Oh, okay. All right, signs of life. There's a heartbeat still with this Nova squad.
Yeah, Dodds and Conir, though, both just taking a gander, sniffing towards that front B and garage. That is a lot of pressure on the side of Nova, and that opens up the A site for Monch to try to get some space, try to get some ground. You can see Biazik also regrouping, but every single piece of KJ util is up still. The defenders have all the information.
Yeah, they do. Alyssa here. Good paranoia, actually. Allows Alyssa to step towards the site. Tees up Dodds and takes away Alyssa. Problem starting to mount, but Shirazi's still alive. Isolates one. Great timing on the smoke. Oh, I thought that could have been a second as well, but Biazik wins it. 3v3 and the pawn going to come in.
And Monch is 1 orb away from the ult, but the Fade does go ahead and plant. All 3 members of the defenders are stuck towards this spawn. Blind does go out.
There it is. Going to have to commit to it. Clem's going to get the reward towards Monch. 2v2. Biazik down low. Clem clearing house. It's a 1v1. Michaela there. Forcing Crew up to 12 now. And I'm seeing them shooting the bodies, man. You're 12-4.
This last round, how Michaela took that second kill, this last kill, that sort of aggression, it's been the telltale sign of this whole this whole game, rather, from Crew. They're just not letting go of the gas at all. Just quickly doing work and closing out the round. 1 orb away now from the Fade ult as well. 1 orb away from the Waylay ultimate. So many answers here, options for the side of Crew to just close this one out.
This is so uphill, though. I'm so worried for Nova, for Crew. They are within touching distance of keeping themselves alive in this event. Nova, it's a matter of survival now. Every bite, trying to scrap it together. Clem waiting. That judge in hand has got ult.
Crew prioritized this Waylay ultimate with that orb collect, and Dodds has been so aggressive towards this B. If this dog latches,
it doesn't. Got cleared a little bit deeper, but it is going to be the loss of Alyssa, who's the one who cleared it. So now Clem has to fight forward. Fire with fire, but falls. And now the numbers sitting in the hands of Crew. You can see the desperation with Nova. They want to make something happen, but it's down to Shirazi. And here comes Dodds. The ult did land. And Shirazi can't make it out of the hinder. Crew steamroll through map 2. It was a 30